I want to talk about basic chords and how that can complement, you know, our playing. So if we could just do, well, first I'll demonstrate. So this is my dulcimer that has a 1.5 fret. So this is my first fret's 1.5 fret, and then this is my second fret. So when I put my finger here, that's a D chord. I can just strum open 3 notes in a D chord, or I can play it on the bass string as well. That's also a D chord, because we know that D-A-D spelled backwards is still dad, right?
Yeah.
Dad and dad. So whatever I do here, I can do here. It's the same chord. So that's a D chord, okay? A chord is a 101, and I use my middle finger on the bass string on the first fret and my ring finger on the melody string on the first fret. That's an A chord. Basic, basic. And then on the, for a G chord, I play a 3. I can play a 3 on the melody and a 1 in the middle. Or I can play a 1 on the bass, which normally I don't use my thumb, but sometimes I do. That's a G chord with the 3 on the bass, but the 1 has to be in the middle. Okay, now I want you to play just a basic jam tune that we haven't pre-planned, because something that just has the D, A, and G chords. What do you think we ought to do? Try Soldier's Joy or Mississippi Sawyer.
Yeah,
How about
okay.
that?
Yeah,
Mississippi
that's
Sawyer.
what
Okay. All right. So I'm going to play the melody with you the first time through, and then I'm going to play chord backup, just those low positions, and want you to listen for the difference in what the chord backup does as opposed to us both playing melody. Okay?
You started.
Okay. 1, not too fast. 1, 2, ready, go. a variation on the melody. Like if you were just going to sit down and play Mississippi Sawyer, show us how you do that. I'm going to move the camera this way.
Basic?
Just basic, just whatever. Show me what you would do if you wanted to sit down and play it and there's nobody else in the room.
Okay.
How would you play it? Yeah, cool. So cool. So talk a little bit about that. Like, how did you learn to do that?
Sitting down, playing. I do have a couple of apps that I really like. One of them is the one I really like is called Strum Machine, and it costs you a month or you can get it for a year. You can play, give you an example. We play June Apple in D, but it's primarily an A tune. But you can change the key on it to play it in D. Then you can slow it down. And that's the one I'm really starting to use now. So what I'll do is I'll have the Strum Machine play it. There's another one that's called...
So Strum Machine has preloaded songs?
Yeah, it's over 1,300.
1,300.
Yeah, and most of them, we know, I mean, most of the ones we play are on there. So, and then I'll sit there and I'm joking with her, like many of us, we wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, can't go back to sleep. So I do things, you know, laying there and trying to figure out a different way to play tunes. And getting outside of the norm. And I'm working on...
Do you, when you're talking about 3 a.m., but just any old time, like, do you have, because for tunes that you know really well, do you have those variations that kind of mull around in your head? You hear it in your head first, and then you try it on the instrument?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I
think I kind of even approach it from a singing standpoint, even if for songs that don't have words or I don't know the words to. I think in terms of what, you know, I kind of hum kind of a weird variation. And I think, oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder if I have those notes in my dulcimer. Yeah.
And then...
but it comes from really having to know the song well, right?
Yeah, and we were joking about getting off the rails, but... like I say, I listen to a lot of fiddle tunes on mandolin sites. One of them is that I'm working on is Rock the Cradle Joe.
Oh yeah. And
there's a guy named Adam Steffi on mandolin site that I'm working on his B part that he plays on the mandolin. And of course, mandolin players, they play so much quicker.
Well, they have all the notes.
Yeah.
They have all the frets. We're missing some of those.
Yeah, so I have to make do with the notes I've got.
Yeah, can you play a little bit of what you're working on? So, Rock the Cradle Joe.
Let's start over. I got the red light disease here. See, this is the fun part about being confused. Now here's a normal way. This is Steffi.
Yeah, stop for just 1 minute. I hate to stop
Yeah,
that.
it's okay.
But so you're doing triplets. You're doing
Yeah.
da 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 da, and you're doing hammer-ons.
Yeah,
Right? Or a
Yeah.
slide. Are you doing
hammer-ons. And I'm probably hitting, on the 3 notes, I'm hitting the first one and the third one.
Yeah, you can almost do like I'm plucking, then I'm a hammer-on,
Yeah,
and then,
And then pluck.
hammer-on or slide. I'd do a slide probably. So you're using 3 fingers.
yeah. Yeah.
That's so cool. I love
Yeah,
that.
and he's putting a lot more notes in there, and
Yeah, I think the point of listening to other people playing it, even if it's in a different key, even if it's like no dulcimers involved at all, I think that's really a good thing to do. Is to get when I was exploring Baltham Cabbage Down, you know, there's Wynton Marsalis playing with a whole bunch of
I saw
other people
with,
playing, and I think that can be
the
so
fiddler Mark. Yeah.
it can be so inspiring. Yeah, Mark O'Connor.
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw
yeah,
that.
yeah. All right, let's do a little Rock the
I tell you
Cradle
what,
Joe, a
because
little
I want to
jamming.
show, because
Okay.
I get into some harmonies on it too. So yeah, let's just play it and see how it goes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, now I got my fingers straight. Okay.
All right, you gonna start
out.
or you want
Yep,
me to?
You start. we talked about getting into the middle string. Mm-hmm. You can
Well,
walk
because
up.
the melody goes there anyway,
Yeah.
you're kind of forced to do that. But then,
Yeah.
you know, there's times. I mean, you alluded to, you know, mistakes, and I think that is like how you view what you play as a mistake or as a just as a learning tool. You know, yeah, I do try something once and I think, oh, that didn't really work. Try something different next time.
Yeah.
Rather than I'm going to play this the same way every time, 3 or 4 or 5 times through, until I get it right. Because hopefully, what you're gaining from this, if you're watching, is that there is really no one right way to do it. The paper, it was created by an individual. Much of the paper that we have in LDS, there's errors on it. In fact, lots of the tab that I've done over the years, I look at it now and I think, well, I don't play it that way at all. Sometimes I even change the chord progressions and hear that those should have been different when I did the paper. So I think when you're playing from the paper, just know it's someone's snapshot of what they think it should be in the time. There's really not a standard version of these old time tunes. It's regional. If you go play with you know, different groups, they may play things in a different key. They're going to play variations on the melody. They have tunes that, you know, go by different names. I mean, there's just a whole lot of things in terms of variations and regions and how people play them.
I was at New Harmony at a festival one time, and they had the jam afterwards. And I don't know, it might have been Dave Haas leading it, but anyway, we were playing it, and there was a woman that sat over on the side, and she wasn't playing. I thought, okay. Well, anyway, after it was over, I couldn't believe she said it, but she said, well, our group doesn't play it that way. And I went, there wasn't that big a variation, but I thought, but I wanted, you can edit this, right?
No, there's no editing at all.
Okay.
No, absolutely
One
not.
of these wonky things.
Not going to mention any names, I hope.
No, but one of these wonky things that I came up with at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't get up and go get my dulcimer. I'm sitting there, so play Black Mountain Rag.
Okay.
And we'll do it a little slower.
Okay.
And I'll show you something that this is off the rails. You'll never see it. As far as I know, you'll never see it written down. If you do,
let you know.
Let's play it,
All
and
right,
I'll show you
right.
some of the things that
I'm going to move this camera here. There we go.
If you monkey around with it, and I sat there and played with it, and I tried to write out what the chords were, I cannot do that. It was something E minor suspended 6.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
All right. Black Mountain Rag. 1, 2, ready, go.
So I don't know, just sitting there and went,
Yeah. 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 All right, so go through what you're doing there. So you're playing a D chord.
I don't know.
That's a 7 on the melody, 5 in the middle. D. Then you're going to a 6 on the melody, still 5 in the middle.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Then I'm turning
D7, which will lead to a G chord, usually after the 7th chord of the key you're in. So D to a D7, then a G, which is the, what do you got there?
5 and 6.
Yeah, 5 and 6 is
That's
a G
the one
chord.
I
That's
don't
a
know
G
what-
chord. That's a
G
G
chord.
Mhm.
And then
Yep. That's a G chord. Yep.
that's it.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then you
Yeah.
reverse them. And then yeah.
Yeah, that came to me at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
2:30, somewhere around there.
It was worth it.
Yeah, and it was like,
Yeah.
and what's funny is the other one I had, but you can't hear it. Let me see. Yeah, you can't. Let's see. Then I was doing. This is in the part. Let's see.
On the C part?
Yeah. Let's see.
You went up.
Let's see.
You did that at one point.
Yeah. Let me figure where that was. You're gonna have to.
I'll play
edit this thing.
the. That's okay.
Okay.
I'm
Let's play the whole thing. and then
Okay.
I'll-
From the top again?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, ready, go.
Here it comes.
Do that again a little louder. Yeah, nice.
Okay, again. That's
Yeah.
in the B part, I guess.
Yeah, it's in the B part.
So
yeah,
I
so
can't
you're
get
doing
the
harmonics.
I can't get it in there loud enough, so I was maybe.
Yeah.
Then I don't
Yeah,
have it
with a
perfected
pull-off.
yet. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have it perfected yet.
Nice.
Or no, I'm working
Cool.
on it.
Cool.
That'll
All
come
right.
at 3 o'clock in the morning.